Welcome. Hello everybody. I'm Matthew, the author of the Undo Meditation app. And today, in the series of Untalks that we've been doing, I'm going to be talking on what is natural meditation and the benefits of that. And during the talk, if you could mention any questions that you had and put them in the comments area, that would be very helpful, because then I can answer your questions after the talk. And also, once we finish the talk today, if you want to go to the app, there's Foundations 8, gives you a lot more about meditation. And the first couple of foundations have free meditation guidances there for you. If you'd like to try it out, you're welcome. Okay. So today I'm talking about something which was actually quite unique. I've been in this, what's become an industry for the last 40 odd years, and I've seen a lot of changes in that 40 years. And recently, what's become quite interesting and even a little bit disturbing actually, is how meditation has been offered around the world, particularly through the really big companies selling apps, as a way of achieving all sorts of nice ways to be. And meditation has become a way to achieve goals, a way to achieve outcomes, which is not really what meditation is. What's really unique about meditation, it is probably one of the very few actions or behaviours in life where you are not actually trying to achieve anything at all. There is no focus on improving yourself or changing yourself in any way whatsoever. And so anybody who's professing that meditation techniques to change or improve the way you feel or are, they're not selling you meditation, they're selling you self-hypnosis, or they're selling you techniques of self-improvement. Meditation is a lot deeper than this and functions at a much deeper level than thought-based techniques. Thought-based techniques complicate and confuse the meditator because they're trying to achieve a state according to that meditation technique that is the result of that meditation technique. So anything you do to achieve an alternative state to the one that you're automatically and naturally in is changing yourself from the way you are and influencing yourself with that technique, with that ideology, with that method into a state that is not natural to you. So this is a bit of a conundrum when people use meditation over a number of years or use meditation techniques over a number of years, because what ultimately happens is they find they can't get any depth. They can't get any satisfying natural depth in their meditation. And one of the biggest problems that people have mentioned to me over the years from using techniques is that they can't stop thinking, that their thinking becomes a problem for meditation. And this is something that's very, very, very clear to me as to why. And the reason why is because techniques themselves are just different ways of thinking more. They add to the quantity of your thinking rather than reduce it. But meditation is not about thinking, actually. Meditation is deeper than thinking. Meditation is about you. And to know what it is to be you, you have to go deeper than your thoughts about yourself into your sensations in your body, the feeling of how it feels to be you. I'll make this very clear. This is what natural meditation really is. Anything natural has not been interfered with ideologies and with belief systems, but most importantly, anything natural is only natural because it's allowed to be the way it naturally is, without any interference from human thought processes and ideas. If we look at the world we live in, only humans denaturalize things. Only humans try to change and control the world through applying ideas, beliefs to themselves or to the world outside of them, through trying to make the world into what we think would be more comfortable or better for us. And we use thinking to do this. But in the natural world, any animal or any creature or any plant, or just the general movement of the natural world, besides and beyond the thought process of one species being the human being, the natural world happens of its own volition. It's called natural because it's allowed to be the way it is. And when we interfere with that natural world, we try and impose our ideas upon it. We try to change it from the way it naturally is, and we manage to do that. And when we do that, we destroy it. And we have pretty much destroyed our natural world through this process. Now, what we've overlooked in the meditation process, in fact in the process of being a unique species, is that thought or thinking is not the way in which we understand a thing. It's not the way in which we understand ourselves. It's not the way in which we connect sensitively with one another, nor is it the way we really deeply relate to and connect with one another or the world around us. For this we need sensations, feelings. We need what we naturally are. So this natural meditation is actually very, very simple and very, very straightforward. The only thing that makes meditation difficult is all the ideas that we have about it. The other thing that makes meditation difficult because of the ideas, if we try to use meditation to be somehow different to the way that we naturally are. And we've turned meditation into, or in the West in particular, we've turned meditation into focusing purely on the results of meditation. So when you look at the meditation apps in the world, you see meditation technique after meditation technique after meditation technique. You see music and harmonics and chanting and noises. Now, using music, using harmonics, you change the way you feel. It changes the way you naturally are. You are influenced by these things, by techniques you are influenced by ideas you are influenced by these, influenced away from what it is to be you or how it actually feels to be you right now, into the way in which those musics, harmonics or techniques cause you to feel, influence you to feel. So essentially, this approach to meditation is not helping you get closer to understanding yourself, but taking you further and further away from ever knowing yourself as you truly are, which ironically is not what meditation really is about. Meditation is for one's own self-enlightenment or understanding of themselves. And you don't understand yourself when changing yourself in any way through some influence and then contemplating on that. What we have overlooked as a species and what is brought back to life through natural meditation is that we understand ourselves and the world around us not through thinking, but through the sensations in the body. It's through the sensations in the body that we understand everything. But very importantly, it's only through feeling that we understand anything about ourselves. We feel hungry, and in the feeling of hunger, which is a physical sensation, we understand that we are hungry. We feel cold, and in the feeling of being cold, which is a physical sensation, a physical knowing, we know we are cold. We feel threatened or frightened in an environment. It's a feeling within the body of ourselves that tells us to be careful and guides us through difficult or dangerous situations in life. We know ourselves and our environment as a sensation, as a felt knowing within the body of ourselves, and thinking only occurs in order to either describe or communicate that. So really intellect, intelligence and thinking doesn't really understand anything. It merely reports on what the body, what we as a live physical organism already and only know because we can feel it, because we can sense it in the living flesh of ourselves. The thinking is an empty mechanical function. It doesn't actually exist in its own right, any more than the words that I'm speaking exist, other than vibrating in the molecules and creating sounds around me. And before the voice is the thought process, which is no more than an expression or a description of what I sense and feel and therefore know. Without sensing and feeling and knowing, I don't know what to say. So thought originates as a sensation in the body. And when we understand that, we start to understand that thinking itself is not that important. And what I think is not really telling me anything that I don't already know within myself. For me to think, preceding that thinking, is a sense of what it is I wish to describe and think about. So I already know everything I have to think and say as a sense and a feeling within my body. In understanding this, I give less importance to what I think, and I'm satisfied with what I feel, giving more importance to what I do feel. And when I'm feeling, when I'm sensing, it's very clear, there's no confusion. What I'm talking about here is the natural state of the human being, which through natural meditation, you will find yourself reacquainted with and reattuning to this within yourself. Reacquainting with it and reattuning to it, not achieving it as a goal or a result. So it is not, natural meditation is not something that you achieve. It is not something that you can practice and bring about as a result of that practice. It is already there. It is already there in the sensations of the living body that you are. Your natural state and your natural meditation, which is made up of nothing more than that natural state before any thinking process interferes with that. That natural state is the knowing of yourself. You know you exist because you can feel your existence, not because you think about yourself. You know how you are and what your needs are because you can feel that. When you're cold, you know you need to rug up. You know your environment. You sense your environment because you can see it through your eyes, hear it through your ears, smell it through your nose, sense it and feel it through your skin, and so on. So it's the natural state, and natural meditation is the living you, the life of your senses and the life of sensations, the live sensations of the body of you operating all the time. Whether you are asleep or awake, whether you are actually unconscious or conscious, your senses and the sensations, the live sensations of the system of your body are functioning so long as you are alive. So in this sense, natural meditation is a lifelong experience. It is a continuous, perpetual state of the body aware of itself, of the sense of your own existence functioning and interacting from that very foundation of what it is to be you, before you go into ideas and thoughts about yourself which you've only learned from cultures, from religions, from your family, from people around you. And when you try to understand yourself through what you think about yourself, or try to fit yourself into what you think you should be, or use a meditation technique to try and make yourself be it in a different state to the one you are naturally in. In doing this, you are losing touch with yourself as you are. And yourself as you are is all there is to you. Yourself as you are may change from day to day, from moment to moment, but yourself as you are is only known in the body of you. Now, the other unique thing about natural meditation is that you are not trying to improve upon yourself at all. It is not about improving upon yourself. It's about experiencing yourself however you are, whether that feels distressed or relaxed, in pain or happy. It's really quite irrelevant how you happen to be today. Meditation is not about being in a certain ideal and preferred state. This is culture. This is what you've been taught to believe. Believe it or not, you don't really mind the way you are. You have been taught to mind the way you are. The body doesn't care whether it's hot or cold, whether it's sad or happy, whether we're feeling well or unwell. This is not our concern. This is not the concern of the life-living body that we are. Our concern is to know how we are, however that is, so that we can, from knowing that, understand from that what our needs are and respond to those needs and take proper care of ourselves and survive and live for longer. So if we're sad, then our need is to feel and process that sadness. If we're frightened, then our need is to pay attention, to be alerted by that fear, pay attention to our environment. If we don't find anything in our environment that's frightening, then this becomes apparent that that fear is a residue feeling within ourselves, for example. And what do we do with that? We just need to feel it. In feeling whatever state we're in, without condemning any state, we process that feeling to its natural conclusion, to its natural end. But when we try to improve upon ourselves through some thought process or some meditation technique, or try to achieve some ideal state of, you must meditate, be in the moment. Don't let yourself drift into this or that thought process. When we try to do this, we're putting pressure on ourselves to be any way but that way. And of course, in doing this, what are we doing? Oh, you've got to be a certain way. We're just thinking. We're just struggling to try and be focused in a particular or on a particular state or a particular thing. So we're reducing our experience into and down to whatever the meditation teacher has told us to reduce it to. Or we're trying to be in the moment. And what are we trying to be in the moment for? Because we have heard from the Buddhists and the Hindus and different people around the world that we are somehow not in the moment. Really? Or where the hell are you? Where else can you be? There is only now. There isn't before and there isn't, the future. There is only now. So why are you struggling to be in the only time and place you can only be? Because you've heard this stupid idea that it's possible not to be and taken that on as a belief system. And now you harass yourself trying to be in the moment when you can just realise and relax, understanding that you've got nowhere else you can be. You can think about the past or the future, but even that thinking is happening now. Everything that you are and that you are doing is always only ever happening now. So why are you trying to be in the here and now when there is nowhere else to be? It's impossible to be anywhere else. That's just one example of negating a belief system that does nothing more than interfere with the natural meditation of the body. And the natural meditation of the body has the benefit of bringing you back to yourself, however you are, without trying to change that, without trying to improve on that, but just feeling the physical sensation of yourself in your own flesh for the sake of reattuning to how you really are, deeper beneath all that thinking, all the thought processes, all the influences of the day and of other people. So natural meditation is really quite a revolution on meditation. It's not what you think meditation is. It's not about improving yourself. It's not trying to change yourself. In fact, it's the opposite of that. It's going deeper than all that thinking, deeper than all that thinking into the sense of yourself in the body. Just however it feels to be there, whether you like it or not, is not important. Because meditation is not about what you like and don't like, not about what you want to be and what you aren't and what you are. It's about the truth. Meditation is to understand, is to get once again with the reality of you exactly as you are. So however you are, it's the truth. You want the truth or you want the illusion? All I'm interested in for myself is I want to know how I am. I don't want to try and be something other than what I am. If I'm sad, I want to be sad. I need to be sad. I'm sad for a reason. I may not understand why right now, but I wouldn't be feeling that way if there wasn't a good reason for it. So however I am in the body right now is never, ever wrong. It's exactly how I need to be. It's exactly how you need to be. So why do you want to change that? You want to change that because the idealists and the people, ideologies of the world have suggested that somehow we need to and somehow that we can. But change doesn't happen in this way. With natural meditation, because you're not trying to change yourself, you are just experiencing yourself as you are. By just experiencing yourself as you are, the benefits are you come to truly be sensitive to yourself, to really understanding yourself as you are, however you happen to be that day, and therefore you have an understanding of what your needs are. You're not overriding yourself and overlooking yourself. And if you're not overriding yourself and overlooking yourself, one of the other benefits are, due to that sensitivity to yourself, This enables you, and only this, enables you to be sensitive to the world around you and other people. And once that sensitivity in yourself connects you with other people and the world around you, at that point, you feel that connection. You feel no longer isolated, but more importantly, in a way, that sensitivity enables you to interact with the world and other people with understanding of that from that very deep and real level, not interpreting the person according to your preferences and ideas about them, but actually connecting and being receptive to the person or the world around you as it's coming to you through your senses into the physical feeling of the body of you, in which you feel and know yourself, others, and your environment. So natural meditation is the absence of any goal to improve, the absence of any intention to achieve anything. You're not trying to change yourself. First, you need to know yourself as you are. And once you get back in touch with the physical felt sense of yourself in the body, this is where you know yourself as you are. And in knowing yourself as you are, you'll find, and feeling yourself as you are, you'll find any discomfort, dislike, or problem you have with being the person that you are will start to dissolve. And where there's any detrimental effects in life held within the body of you, by feeling that disturbance, that pain, that upset, it starts to heal. Simply through feeling it is how you activate the processing and the resolution of any disturbance or problem from your life. So meditation is not about finding the best way to be. This is avoidance. This is denial. This is escapism. This is using a meditation technique to achieve a better state. You might as well just smoke a joint. You're escaping yourself as you are. You are delusional when you do this. You need to return to yourself as you are, and in doing so, in the body, and just being quiet with that, you will find being quiet comes naturally once you come back to the sense of yourself and you're not trying to improve yourself. When you come back to the sense of yourself, to be with yourself just as you are, the interest in being you is a quiet interest. The feeling of being you is a quiet feeling. Thinking is no longer a problem in meditation when you make meditation a pure and simple physical fact. Okay, that's the talk today to begin with on what natural meditation is. It's all about you, the living organism. That's all there is to it. The sensations of your sense organs and the sense and the feel of you in the body, however you are. And in approaching yourself in this way in meditation, you're going to experience both the things you like about yourself and the things you don't like about yourself. And in this way, you have a real and true understanding of yourself and what your needs are. But where you use music or techniques or preferences to try and feel good, you are making yourself confused about yourself, and you are overriding the need of what it is you really need to be feeling in order to resolve any of the distressful effects of life from one day to the next. Okay, so now I'll answer your questions. Okay, that seems to be the end of the questions for today. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time, hopefully. Bye.